heartwarming mind of Sharon Russell-Robinson comes a tale of bravery, friendship, and love. Meet River, a shy girl who discovers the courage to face her fears thanks to her magical friend, Whoobie. With Wubby by her side, River learns that no challenge is too big and no fear too great to overcome. A story of friendship, comfort, and the power of family support. Sharon Russell-Robinson's engaging storytelling captivates readers of all ages. Join River and Wubby on their heartwarming adventures. Available now on Amazon, don't miss out on this delightful journey of growth and love. The Adventures of River and her Wubby, because every adventure begins with a little courage and a lot of love.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're diving into a powerful book, a wonderful book, an imaginative book. It is called The Adventures of River and Her Wubby, and it's written by a wonderful author. Her name is Sharon Russell-Robinson. The book is a heartfelt children's story that celebrates comfort, courage, and childhood imagination. This touching tale follows River, a shy little girl, and her beloved stuffed friend, Wubby, as they face life's challenges hand in hand. It's a beautifully illustrated journey that reassures kids it's okay to feel scared and shows them how love, family, and imagination can light the way forward. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Sharon, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today. Logan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. This is such a wonderful story. It's so imaginative. It's filled with heart. How did you come up with the idea for it?
Well, my daughter was my muse. She kind of inspired me to write this book. It's been in my mind for she's 24 years old now. And she literally still has this Whoobie. And what people don't realize, everybody kind of has a Whoobie. They just have to bring the Whoobie out. And it goes all the way back. My mother, she actually gave my daughter this particular Whoobie. And she gives something to every grandchild she has. And but she gave my daughter this particular item, and she took to it. She took to it like fish to water. And she kind of carried it around all the time with her. And I was kind of a workaholic. And I was in the workforce, and my husband, he was self-employed. So, and a little tidbit, I kind of like some mothers and stuff like that. I didn't realize it, but I had right after I had her, because my son and her, they were like 10 years apart. So I was a workaholic in the corporate world type of girl. I took to work, and I got right back to work. So I had postpartum depression, and that's how I handled it. And my daughter, though, we were like a best friend. She kept looking for her mom, but she took to this Whoobie. She associated that Whoobie with me. Every time I get ready to go somewhere, she said, spray my perfume on it, and she'll hold it. And that particular thing became sort of like an extension of me that she'd give to me. And I didn't realize that until so much later about that particular thing, that particular item. And it became kind of like a symbol. And as time grew on with this particular thing, it kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I didn't realize how important that thing was until I went to hug her and kiss her one night. And I've been with my company for almost 25 years. I bent down to kiss her, Logan, and she said, "Mama, I love you, but you're never here." I couldn't believe that. I went at 4 o'clock that morning, and I quit that job.
Wow.
I came home, but you know what? It was good I did. I found out that my child was sick. She had an illness, and I didn't realize it was an inherited illness. It took me 3 years to figure out what was wrong with her.
Wow.
In those 3 years, they thought I had Munchausen syndrome, but 2 doctors believed in me. And we found out also she was gifted. She was around 6 years old when we first did this. So it went on through that. After we found that out, she wanted to find out with her gifted self. She became a case study at the university. She wanted to be act for her own psychologist. The psychologist said, "Mom and Dad, let me talk to you. Mom, let me tell you something. Your daughter, stop taking the Whoobie because she had left it somewhere on the way back through California to Mississippi. We had to go back 3 hours to get the Whoopie. And I said, that's enough.
Mm.
This thing is something, She said, quit taking it because she's associating with you. So the doctors and the psychologists said they associate those things with something that is near and dear. A Whoopie can be something like your grandmother gave you, a family heirloom. It could be like Linus in the blanket. It could be a fishing hat. It could be, look, my husband, ask him what his Whoopie is. He'll say, me. He'll say me. So a Whoopie can transcend from anything. But for her, it was this special little item that she considered her best friend. So that's what gave me the idea of the Whoopie. Rappers
Wonderful.
and everybody start talking about it and calling me and writing in. Best friend actor of mine told me, hey, I got a Whoopie too, Miss Robson. And that's what
Exactly. I
started.
guess we all do have a whoopee, something that gives us
Mhm.
comfort, something that makes us feel good, particularly as children. I know my son had a Kanga doll, and my daughter had a little
Mhm.
stuffed cat. And whatever it is, they feel so good snuggled up with it at night. And this is a terrific story
Yes.
because children really will relate to it.
Yeah.
Was the story
So,
influenced by your environment at all, where you grew up, your childhood? Tell us about that.
oh yeah, I grew up in the Mississippi Delta.
Hmm.
And that's where I'm from. I'm from a small town called Chula, Mississippi. I grew up on a farm. I was a granddaughter of the two civil rights icons. They raised me along with my single mom and my siblings. My grandparents, they were like a minister and a missionary. And my mom was a teacher, and they were big in education. They actually helped start the first Head Start programs down in the in the Mississippi Delta. And when I started school at 5 years old. I was the youngest, one of the youngest people in first grade. So it was like a passion for me, and I knew things quick, and I knew how to read, write, all that stuff quickly. So I wrote my first mini play in third grade, but I never published it. You know, I was writing for me. I love to write, and what really spurred that to go on when I was fifth grade, I wrote an essay, and I turned that essay in. And when I turned the essay in, the teacher gave it back to me with a zero on it. I didn't even know what to say. I took it home, Logan. I took it home. But my grandparents and my mom, they came to the school along with and talked to the principal. And the teacher said, I think she plagiarized.
Wow.
My mom said, no, she said my mom must have written it for me because no child, the fifth grader, can't write like that. I had to I write an essay on the fly. When I rewrote that essay, they saw then that I could write.
Hmm.
And from that point on, it actually kind of made me mad. So I didn't say anything. I just rewrote it. But what happened was I rewrote it and I went on behind the scenes just writing. From that, I wrote a poem. That poem actually, I wrote it myself and I submitted it. I submitted that poem to a who's who, and it got published. And it's actually in the Library of Congress right now. I didn't tell my mom, my grandparents, or nobody about that until I actually published this book. What, 30 years later? And I told everybody about it when I came out, so forth. Shall I say about this book? And on my when I let everybody know about it, I let them know that I published this particular thing. And because that's what it meant to me.
Yeah.
So
Amazing, amazing. Well, some ways that teacher who didn't believe he actually wrote that story did you a favor
yes,
because it just
it,
reinforced the fact
it
that
did.
you were such a creative writer. Yeah,
It sparked something in me.
exactly,
It made me
exactly.
believe.
Now,
It
I
pushed me.
understand you've got a good social media presence. How can people find you on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are?
Yes, they can find me on yolandaverse.com, which is actually my website.
Okay,
And if you actually go to my website, you can actually get a signed autograph copy of my book.
wonderful.
I have it set so you can get the autograph copy, and so I like meet the author personally, and I can, if you make a notation, I can say things personally, or you can or not sign or not. Uh, versus when I show up in person, but you can do that. I would personally sign that. Also on Instagram, YolandaVerse01, and TikTok, YolandaVerse at Sharon Robinson 578. So it's
That's
easy to get
great.
in contact with me.
And I imagine people can buy your book on your website as well as Amazon and other places.
Yes, they can. They can buy it on Amazon and as well as my website. Amazon, it's all over the place. If you Google me, you should be able to find me. I'm out there, so you can see me and I said, reach out and touch.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, have you envisioned The Adventures of River and her Wooby as perhaps an animated film or a TV series or something like that?
That is my dream. That is my dream. To have that book turn into an animated series. Let me tell you what's unique about my book that people don't realize. It became an animated it became a bestseller. And let me tell something different about my book that no one has done. My book, my dream is to actually have someone pick it up as an animated series. But uh one thing about it, when you read my book through in English, it is a dual language book. You read it through in English and you flip it over and you come back and read it in a whole nother language in the same. You don't have to buy two books. It's
Wow.
in the same book. You flip it over, and my autobiography is in the middle of the book, as well as put about 12 tips for the parents. It's like a checklist to help them, like I've learned. This is from me, the author. Help them a checklist to help them, with the fears and anxieties, anything that the parent can, if they experience, it's what I've gone through. So it helps them, a checklist, some things I've learned. All that is in the middle. So it's different than any other book has ever done. All in one book. So it's two books in
Wonderful.
one.
Awesome. That's great. That's so inventive and it's so
Yes.
educational for children and exposes them to different cultures. I think that's terrific. I also agree that I think this would be a terrific film or TV series because it's
Mhm.
got great characters, great values, great lessons. And I think it's wonderful. The illustrations in your book are terrific as well. I
Yes.
think we see
Pamela
River
Bingham is my
beside you there as
illustrator.
well. Yeah, tell us
Mhm.
about collaborating with your illustrator on this.
Yes, Kamala Bingham. She is my illustrator and she is wonderful. I'd say you can reach out to her on Fiverr. She's on Fiverr. We became good friends over time. And I totally she's awesome. The book is the first in this series, actually. It's the first one going because like my daughter, like I said, she's 24 now
Mhm.
and it's she still has it. So it's gonna actually grow, sort of like the Harry Potter series, gonna grow with the person. It's gonna be like this now, started when she was little, kindergarten, going through middle school, going through high school, on up to adulthood, because this particular The Adventures is for 0 to 100. Anybody could have a Whoopie. Like I
Mhm.
said, people from all ages have called and written and said, "Hey, Miss Robinson, hey, Shayra's Rob, I have a Whoopie too." So
Yeah.
anybody could have a Whoopie. So it's gonna grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you hope readers, young readers, take away from your book? What do you hope they learn about themselves? What do you hope they learn about friendships? Talk to us a little bit about that.
I want it to be sort of like a paradigm
Mhm.
shift. I want everybody kind of to, I guess, for lack of a better word, embrace Whoopie as something like a Whoopie movement. Find that special item, that special toy, or even that special person, because that's what I noticed that it was that comfort thing for my daughter. Even I have my own Whoopie too. Okay, hands up. Hands up. I got that Whoopie. And I can't go anywhere without my special. Look, I gotta have my special pillow too. I
Right.
gotta have my special something. And my husband is my special Whoopie too. So,
Awesome.
everybody has that something. So I want to take from it, and when they see this, and when they see the Whoopie,
Hmm.
and when they see these things, and River, when they
Right.
see them, I want them to have something that they can take away from it and feel good about. Feel really, really good about. So that's what it means to me. I
Absolutely.
like
And I
that.
think that's what it'll mean to readers
Mhm.
and their families as well. The name of the book we're talking
Yes.
about today is The Adventures of River and Her Whoopie. It is a
Yeah,
heartfelt children's story that celebrates comfort, courage, and childhood
it
imagination.
does.
Sharon, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you. And I always like my family motto is how you do anything is how you do everything. And my other thing I decided to draw from what Phil Dunphy said in Modern Family, when I've been through so many different things, when life gives me lemonade, I make lemons and watch life go, whoa.
That's a great quote. I'll have to remember it. Your book is
That's it.
wonderful. I appreciate your wit, your wisdom, and your insight today. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.